Yeah, it's nice to meet you, Emily. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Dr. Lewis. Nice to meet you too. As a related note, I was at the University of Medicine and Dentistry at 2006 to 2008. So that's right when you started at Greystoke, I guess, 2007,
Yeah,
Emily.
yeah.
So as part of my internship, I visited all of the hospitals, including Greystoke. So I am intimately familiar. I think I'm not unusual because a lot of us now have had both sides, but I do have both sides of the fence where I've been medicated and forcefully medicated and like, put into the psychiatric ward about, yeah, 5 or 6 times. And then I went back to school from 2006 to 2008 and did an internship. So I got the good fortune to see both sides of the fence.
Mm.
Um, Emily, I'd love to talk with you for a lot longer time someday.
Absolutely.
Um, um, I am a rebel, nonconformist, revolutionary, whatever word you want to say. I'm not entirely happy whatsoever with what's happening at Greystoke and like you're amazing as an individual and what you're holding space for is amazing. And then there's the system that you started talking about, like the victimization and the crutches and the enabling and all these other things, pathologizing, blah, 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 blah. And
Yes.
I was just writing an article today, and I'll end here, Janet, on this piece. I was just writing an article today, which may not go over well with Calvin and Francis, but I realize I've got to speak my truth around psychiatry and psychiatrists. And of course, there's always exceptions in all of the good work that Calvin, you and Francis are doing. And I realized I've really been not being my full honest self about what I really think based on not only my experience, but my actual academic experience, my life experience, and all that good stuff. So it's a very interesting matter for someone like me who yes, was so convincingly told ridiculous things, including my brain would start deteriorating if I got more manic, that I would never have a life, and blah blah blah. And here I am, like, and it's everything's the exact opposite. So I would say I have a rightful distrust of psychiatry as an institution. Again, not as the original intention of the word, meaning spirit and soul, and people who care about the spirit and soul of other people, but systemically, I've got massive issues. So I'm here to change that. I call it mental health reformation in homage to Martin Luther back in the Protestant Reformation, because I'm looking to sort of take on the citadel of that institution and the dogma and really like nail a list to the wall as Martin Luther did, like saying we will not tolerate this anymore. And that's what I was writing about today. I feel like today's the day. So it's very synchronistic to be on this call today. I was writing in my Substack, today's the day, like where everything changes. And I wrote in my article that I don't want to bypass honoring all of the shoulders of giants I stand upon, which includes Calvin and Francis and you, Emily and Janet. Like when I say today's the day, it doesn't mean like there's something new I'm talking about. What I meant was it's today's my day to really be truthful about the righteous sort of anger that helps actually change things,
Mhm.
um, because it's well informed and it needs to be there really actually. Otherwise, it's like you're part of the problem if you're not part of the solution. So I think that's actually a fair enough uh, introduction to myself. Otherwise, Francis, I'm a world traveler. I'm involved in all new paradigm, next paradigm things like crypto, Web3, new economics, radical philanthropy, self organization, self management, spirituality, conscious evolution. I'm a Renaissance person, a savant. Um, and if it's not cutting edge, I'm not interested, whether it's mental health or radical philanthropy or self organization or new models for resource sharing, whatever it is. It's got to be on the cutting edge for me to be interested. And that's what I stand for on the planet. And most importantly, co creation, which is how do all these different pieces come together to create something greater than the sum of the parts, which to me is the only way we can actually make a change in the system, because as Buckminster Fuller said, you can't fight the existing reality. You have to create something that makes it obsolete. So I finally got the message to stop trying to fight it and create new things. And for me, that's what I'm here with Janet for, to create new things, new models, new systems. And I'm personally convinced that we don't need medication, period. What we need is new infrastructure. And yes, new infrastructure means a new metaphysics and understanding of mental health. And then it literally means new hospitals, like Patch Adams style. It literally needs new insurance programs. So I understand it's hard to change things and not have medicine and not have people being held down when there's actually no other option. So it's a mucho huge thing we're all trying to do because the only way to do it is to actually replace the infrastructure. So it's going to cost zillions of dollars of effort and IP and time and money and all that to actually make the actual systemic change across the planet. But it has to start somewhere. And the famous saying says, "If not who, if not now, when, if not who us," right? So I'm here